Wow, it was good to see Judge Simpson again. This is a landlord-tenant case. We actually are jumping back to the middle of December for this first hearing. And I seriously thought she brought a cat to court. It wasn't until I saw the pointy little nose. But it looks like a big furry cat, right? I mean, that's a thing, emotional support cat, isn't it?
The last hearing I had a total amount of 3573 owing. Is that where we are still?
Your Honor, we found an additional 490 when there was a request for a ledger for monies owed. It seems that Miss Kingsley had always paid digitally. She had paid my client directly through, I think this is probably CashApp. She asked for a refund and they processed a refund of 490. So an additional 490 is owed on that prior amount.
Okay, so what's the total amount you're claiming?
So it is $3,430 in rent, $450 in late fees, $183 in court costs, which is a total of $4,063.
And do I have a response to that?
My response is the accounting that I received from the landlord does I have not received a refund of 490 that they claim. I checked my accounts. It has not come to me. Additionally, the accounting was not complete. They showed my payment history, and I am the co-lessee with A. Begovich. There is no payment history from my former roommate.
Well, usually the payment history is by unit.
And that's not what I received, sir. May I share with you what I received from them?
Let me see it.
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, so the court is aware at the last hearing, the defendant told the court he had not paid, or she had not paid September, October, November, and December's rent. That's already on the record.
I don't understand the 490 chargeback.
So I'm not sure what the court may be looking at, but if it was my cover letter from December 15th, it included the attachments. There is what the court will see in the attachments. The last two pages, you will see the verification that the 490 was initially received, and then a second verification that 490 is being refunded through the Cash App. It was requested by the defendant and has been pulled back from my client's account.
Okay.
I would ask the court, or I can inquire of the defendant, if she did request a refund. I know she says she didn't receive it, but she didn't state whether she requested one through the app.
Did you request a refund?
I did talk to my bank about some fraudulent activity on my account, and this was one of my concerns because I've communicated exclusively through Mr. Carrick. Mr. Milovan goes by Mitch, but all the paperwork's from Zorka, so I was not certain who the actual owner was. As I said, I have not received the refund, and I can show that if that's helpful.
No, not at this point. I mean, the absence of something isn't going to necessarily help me. All right. So you did, I recall at the last hearing indicate that you did owe those other months.
At the last hearing, I indicated that I have stopped paying because they have failed to maintain a safe unit.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I have a copy of an inspection report from Ypsilanti Building Inspection Officer, Ms. Jamaica Berry. When they first attempted to accuse me of destroying the property, I thought it would be helpful to get a third-party inspection by the city. Ms. Berry found 12 violations on the landlord's behalf, did not find that I had caused any damage. I have that full report to submit into evidence.
All right. Well,
and I have.
Hang on. I'm not going to take evidence at this point. It looks like first thing that I'm going to need is a written answer from you as to this complaint.
Okay.
So I need a written answer by 1 week out. Can you do that?
1 week out with the holidays, can we make it first of the year?
All right, written answer by January 2nd,
Thank you.
2024. I will adjourn this matter then out to January 5th, 2024 at 2 p.m. And then we'll see where we are. With that written answer, you have to file a copy with the court and you have to send a copy to council.
Does that have to be officially heard or just to the council contact?
To council, you can send it via email to him or however you need to get that communicated.
Thank you for your attention today, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, any escrow order for the rents being paid, or are we holding off here? My guy is still not receiving rent, unfortunately.
Let me see. Well, this was set December 15th. We're at the 22nd. Under the new court rule, I can't order escrow at this point. It has to be 14 days.
Okay, so we'll have to deal with that on the 5th.
Yes.
If I may, sir.
Your Honor, last
Honor.
question. I'm still traveling on the 5th. I could resubmit another request, but I didn't know if a request to have myself heard.
Yes, you can submit another request.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And yes, ma'am, you had another.
I did, and then it just lost me. I have receipts for the repairs that I've made to the unit in regards to escrow. I heard that I don't have to start the escrow now. My attempt so far, what I've done, I've already worked with MegsCW, but because the landlord had previously failed to give me an accounting date, and I paid,
Ma'am,
so I'm
you'll-
looking forward on that.
You'll need to supply that in your answer,
Yeah.
and then I can take whatever is need to into account regarding escrow. Okay, thank you.
Happy holidays.
Lakestone Apartments.
Hey, Judge, good afternoon, Brianna Kingsley, attorney.
Happy New Year. All right. I think the last time I was here, I was supposed to get a written answer. Did you get that filed?
I have, that available. I went to the, to have them review what I prepared for you. They weren't able to get me in. So this is what I have available today for the written statement.
No.
I have the executive summary in one page
Executive summary of what?
of the circumstance. You asked for a written statement. I have one.
No. Okay. What I asked for you to file is a written answer. That's under the court rule. I need to have a written answer to the complaint in a format that the court rule provides, which means you have to answer the complaint paragraph by paragraph. And you have to lay that out and attach whatever exhibits you are to it. A copy of that answer then has to be provided to plaintiff's counsel.
My first thought was, okay, how can you just say answer? Most lay people don't know what an answer is. But then I realized, okay, this can't be that hard because they do it all the time and people figure it out. So what do? They probably go to the court website. So I went to the court website and right there on the top of the page, look, court forms. And you click on court forms and of course you get that little, you're leaving the site now, proceed. Then you get to this weird page with the Michigan courts that say forms. And if you scroll half a wheel spin down the page, look, it says district court forms. And then you go to that page, and if you Control F and you type in answer, look at that. Non-payment of rent right there. There's a form. That actually wasn't that hard. It wasn't right there in front of your face, but it really wasn't impossible to find.
Thank you for educating me on the process.
Okay.
As I said, I have this prepared. I was gonna have it reviewed by Miss Tanya over at Legal Aid downtown Ipsy. I saw her on Wednesday. She told me come back on Thursday. I came back on Thursday and they were too busy to take me in. This is what I have, sir. I'm.
Okay, all right, all right. I'm sure over the holidays they were busy.
Your Honor, as a reminder,
Councilman,
I know the court's hands are tied here. This is the third hearing on this file. I've got rent, late fees, and court costs up to $5,300 at this stage. And as the court may remember, there was originally a file filed by my client improper that I had dismissed and refiled to make sure notice was proper. So this has been dragging on for some period of time.
no, I know. I hear you.
Right.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adjourn this out 2 weeks. You need to get that corrected. It has to be in proper form for the court. Counsel for the plaintiff needs a copy of whatever you file with the court.
Before the next appearance.
Well, I want it filed by the 12th. I want it filed within a week. I'm gonna adjourn this out 2 weeks because counsel for the plaintiff is gonna have to have an opportunity to look at it, and I'm gonna need an opportunity to look at whatever you're filing.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am not going to take any excuses if it's not here. If it's not here, I'm going to presume there is no answer and I'm going to issue a default. Because I've given you this is the second time I've given you to go around outside of what happened in the last case. You follow me?
I apparently I didn't. My impression was that I was to show up with a written answer, and that's what I've done.
No, I have your written
I'm
answer.
sorry,
Your written answer was due by January 2nd.
where is that listed, sir? I was.
It's right in my file. I wrote the note. I do it all the time.
May I have someone point that out to me? I'm. Supposed to say the third. It doesn't appear on me.
Those are my handwritten notes right on the ROA. Written answer, January 2nd, 2024.
May I have a copy of that, sir?
You can get a copy at the clerk's office. I'm not providing you a copy of anything. I ordered it on the record and that's when it was supposed to be here. Even if you believe that it was today, that's not an answer and plaintiff's counsel doesn't have it. So I'm making it very specific. You will provide a written answer in conformity with the Michigan court rules. You will do that no later than close of business on January 12th, 2024.
Yes, sir, I will.
Your Honor, is the court able to order escrows at this time? Rent is continuing to be due.
I can order escrow. What is the monthly rent?
$980, Your Honor.
That's disputed, Your Honor.
Okay, but I'm gonna order escrow in that amount. Can you prorate that on a 30-day for me? Yeah.
But sir, they failed to provide a safe housing. He locked me out.
Okay, but listen. Huh? 980.
980, okay.
Well, hold on. 980. What's my prorate for January?
Well, it's $33 a day.
Okay.
If I may, Your Honor?
Say what? Escrow is ordered in the amount of $858. That's a prorated amount for January. And then in the amount of 980 thereafter. That must be paid 7 days within the date that rent is ordinarily due. Plaintiff's counsel will prepare an escrow order for signing by the court. To that effect, yes.
The ledger, the schedule provided by the plaintiff is not GAAP compliant. It does not show the total amount paid per month by who. It is an insufficient form. And I have all that here. I have a response, sir, that I think is relevant to whether the escrow starts now or in the future, because
Ma'am?
I have copy, for example, if I just may share this part. The Ypsilanti building inspector came and found 12 violations against them, not against me.
The escrow needs to be paid. I will take that into consideration in terms of any counterclaim or other thing that you're filing. But in terms of the escrow, that's what I'm ordering it.
Okay, so Ms. Mills, my caseworker at MISTA, said that I applied for state emergency relief help for the eviction when it originally started back in October, and was told that the landlord must provide a statement. The statement that they provided to the court wouldn't pass any accounting 101 course, sir. It does not show the proper.
For what? They needed to provide a statement for what?
May I hear your question again, Your Honor?
They needed to provide a statement for what? What
This
was
is
the
what I'm
purpose
referring
of
to,
the statement?
about how much rent is owed, the amount that they're claiming, the fact that they broke the lease, like their response
Okay,
that they
but-
sent has a schedule on it, sir. And I think the court would find it insufficient. I cannot defend myself against vague allegations and incorrect math.
The math ultimately becomes incorrect. That will be straightened out. But right now, I'm ordering escrow in the amount of $980 per month, prorated amount for January in the amount of $858. When you go speak with legal services, certainly they can tell you how to ask this court to reconsider that order. But that's what I'm ordering at this point.
Understood?
Your Honor, the 858, would you like to within 7 days of the order?
Pardon?
You would
Yes,
like
payment within 7 days of the order.
What happens when I'm unable to pay because I'm indigent and disabled and fixed income? I cannot pay 980. I never did. I paid half of that with a roommate they allowed to break the lease. What?
Okay.
I have everything here, but you don't want to see it.
Sir, ma'am, that's not what I'm saying. I need it in the form. Oh, you're gonna turn your back on.
Yes, sir, because you disrespected me right now and I'm
Okay.
vulnerable in the court system.
All right, ma'am, first of all, so that the record is clear, I have not disrespected you in,
Sir, you just did. I hear you say, well, things that you said was, I'm ready when you are. Ma'am,
ma'am,
it doesn't feel good, does it, sir?
ma'am, don't try to play that with me. I deal with that with students all of the time. I sometimes will make a mistake, but you are not going to have me feel guilty because of that. So if you wish, if you want to make that an issue, then you make that an issue. That is not my true thoughts. Answer by January 12th, 2024, close of business as indicated on the record. We'll see everybody January 19th.
I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but what she just did really bothers me. It was obvious that the judge wasn't saying that intentionally to be disrespectful. He said the wrong word, and I don't even think it had anything to do with her. I think he could have said that to anybody. I say the wrong word all the time. And when people make such a big deal about things like that, I feel like it's the same as constantly playing the race card or the gender card or the sexuality card or whatever it is that they feel discriminated against, that they're constantly throwing it out there, that it lessens the impact of when it's really needed. If you're accusing everybody all the time, it's almost like crying wolf. And when you really need to put the focus on, that one a-hole who is doing it intentionally on purpose, it's been watered down because it's been thrown out there so much that nobody pays attention anymore. I don't know, maybe that's just my perspective on it, but I really wish people would stop using that to hide behind and accept the fact that not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody wants to discriminate against you. Not everybody wants to be mean to you. And sometimes it's just because you're being an asshole, not because of anything else that's going on with you.
What was the time of the
2020. Pardon?
I didn't hear the time for the 19th, Your Honor. You may have.
January 19th at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, folks.
How do I what you want?
What do you want a copy of?
what you just ordered, what wasn't clear last time. I left here thinking that I'm supposed to come up with a written statement, which I've done and you've denied without looking at, right? I just want to know what I'm supposed to do because it is not clear.
You have to file an answer.
And when you say answer, it needs to be a specific form. What form number, sir?
You have to go and find those. There, you can go to the Supreme Court website. There's a general form of an answer, but I have to have the answer filed in compliance with the Michigan court rules. All right, that's the first thing, and I need that by the 12th. You told me that you're in contact with legal services, correct?
I met with them once and
Okay.
this week, yes, sir. That's
Right. So what you need to do, and what I had indicated, is get back to them. They'll be able to assist you to make sure that it's in the proper form. All right. Have attachments to all of those and file that with the court, as well as send that to plaintiff's counsel. All right.
Yes, sir. Your Honor.
And then the other thing is, I've ordered escrow. Counsel for the plaintiff is going to be preparing that so that that order will be there. You will get a copy of that order.
Yes, sir.
And that's basically it. And then
May I have that in writing before I leave? How do I get that in writing? I have memory issues. I'm disabled and I've already made the court aware of this. I need it in writing.
Wow, we're just going to touch on all of them tonight. Being disabled doesn't automatically grant you an accommodation. No accommodation is required in a situation like this unless her hands are broken and she's incapable of writing down what was said, because there was nothing preventing her from writing down what was said. Nobody else gets any form of written anything, and memory issues are not really an excuse that would prevent you from writing things down. If you were deaf and blind, maybe you wouldn't be able to hear them to write them down, but that might get you an accommodation. In this situation, nope. This is absurd. And yeah.
counsel for the plaintiff, will you please prepare an order submitted under the 7-day rule to the court, please?
Yeah, sure.
For everything that I ordered. That way there will be written communication.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
I'll
done.
prepare
Thank
this.
you.
Not a problem, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the.
Good day, madam.
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Look real cute.
As do you.
OMG. So much just happened in that 5 seconds. So let's break this down. So Sassy and her Pommy go to leave. And they shout a couple parting words for Judge Simpson on the way out the door.
Court calls the case of the.
Good day, madam.
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. Look real cute.
As do you. Folks, I realize it's like, give me 5 minutes, please. Court stands in recess.
Right now, that attorney's asking himself why he didn't go to medical school. I don't blame him. But for real, who had the best face?
Hello, is anybody there?
The court's in recess, ma'am.
Hello?
He'll be returning shortly.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to double check because I couldn't hear anything. So recess meaning how long do you think that will be approximately, please?
He indicated 5 minutes, but we're waiting on him.
Okay, of course, no problem. I just didn't hear that. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hi, ma'am. Can you hear me? Because I've been on here since 2 p.m. and I'm not sure if my name was called or.
Ma'am, everyone has been on here since 2 p.m. You just have to hang tight, okay?
I'm only inquiring because I had an interview for a job that was supposed to be via Zoom, and I don't know what to tell them. So
I mean, personally, I'd tell him, you really suck at scheduling.
PA District Court of County, Washington, State of Michigan is now back in session. The Honorable Judge James Simpson presiding.
And you may be seated, and I realize all of you did not think I would be coming back. However, I am here. Okay, which I don't even, we'll just get through it.